Hello, and welcome to the U.S. National Parks episode. There are 63 national parks in the United States. In 1872, Yellowstone became the first national park. These rare photos from the early 1900s show the beginning of our love for national parks. Let's begin our tour, from the most visited to the least visited. Number 1 is Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. Great Smoky Mountains National Park straddles the border between North Carolina and Tennessee. The sprawling landscape encompasses lush forests and an abundance of wildflowers that bloom year-round. Streams, rivers and waterfalls appear along hiking routes that include a segment of the Appalachian Trail. An observation tower tops Clingman's Dome, the highest peak, offering scenic views of the mist-covered mountains. Number 2 is Grand Canyon in Arizona. Grand Canyon National Park, in Arizona, is home to much of the immense Grand Canyon, with its layered bands of red rock revealing millions of years of geological history. Viewpoints include Mather Point, Yavapai Observation Station and architect Mary Coulter's Lookout Studio and her Desert View Watchtower. Lipan Point, with wide views of the canyon and Colorado River, is a popular, especially at sunrise and sunset. Number 3 is Rocky Mountain in Colorado. Rocky Mountain National Park in northern Colorado spans the Continental Divide and encompasses protected mountains, forests and alpine tundra. It's known for the Trail Ridge Road and the Old Fall River Road, drives that pass aspen trees and rivers. The Keyhole Route, a climb crossing vertical rock faces, leads up Longs Peak, the park's tallest mountain. A trail surrounding Bear Lake offers views of the peaks. Number 4 is Zion, in Utah. Zion National Park is a southwest Utah nature preserve distinguished by Zion Canyon's steep red cliffs. Zion Canyon Scenic Drive cuts through its main section, leading to forest trails along the Virgin River. The river flows to the Emerald Pools, which have waterfalls and a hanging garden. Also along the river, partly through deep chasms, is Zion Narrows wading hike. Number 5 is Yosemite in California. Yosemite National Park is in California's Sierra Nevada mountains. It's famed for its giant, ancient sequoia trees, and for Tunnel View, the iconic vista of towering Bridal Veil Fall and the granite cliffs of El Capitan and Half Dome. In Yosemite Village are shops, restaurants, lodging, the Yosemite Museum and the Ansel Adams Gallery, with prints of the photographer's renowned black and white landscapes of the area. Number 6 is Yellowstone in Wyoming. Yellowstone National Park is a nearly 3,500 square mile wilderness recreation area atop a volcanic hotspot. Mostly in Wyoming, the park spreads into parts of Montana and Idaho too. Yellowstone features dramatic canyons, alpine rivers, lush forests, hot springs and gushing geysers, including its most famous, Old Faithful. It's also home to hundreds of animal species, including bears, wolves, bison, elk and antelope. Number 7 is Acadia, in Maine. Acadia National Park is a 47,000-acre Atlantic coast recreation area primarily on Maine's Mount Desert Island. Its landscape is marked by woodland, rocky beaches and glacier-scoured granite peaks such as Cadillac Mountain, the highest point on the United States East Coast. Among the wildlife are moose, bear, whales and seabirds. The bayside town of Bar Harbor, with restaurants and shops, is a popular gateway. Number 8 is Grand Teton, in Wyoming. Grand Teton National Park is named for Grand Teton, the tallest mountain in the Teton Range. The naming of the mountains is attributed to early 19th century French-speaking trappers. Les Trois Tetons, the Three Teats, was later anglicized and shortened to Tetons. At 13,775 feet (4,199 meters), Grand Teton abruptly rises more than 7,000 feet (2,100 meters) above Jackson Hole, almost 850 feet (260 meters) higher than Mount Owen, the second highest summit in the range. Number 9 is Olympic, in Washington. Olympic National Park is on Washington's Olympic Peninsula in the Pacific Northwest. The park sprawls across several different ecosystems, from the dramatic peaks of the Olympic Mountains to old-growth forests. The summit of glacier-clad Mount Olympus is popular with climbers, and hiking and backpacking trails cut through the park's rainforests and along its Pacific coastline. Number 10 is Glacier, in Montana. Glacier National Park is a 1,583 square mi. wilderness area in Montana's Rocky Mountains, with glacier-carved peaks and valleys running to the Canadian border. It's crossed by the mountainous Going to the Sun Road. Among more than 700 miles of hiking trails, it has a route to photogenic Hidden Lake. Other activities include backpacking, cycling and camping. Diverse wildlife ranges from mountain goats to grizzly bears. Number 11 is Joshua Tree, in California. Joshua Tree National Park is a vast protected area in Southern California. It's characterized by rugged rock formations and stark desert landscapes. Named for the region's twisted, bristled Joshua trees, the park straddles the cactus-dotted Colorado Desert and the Mojave Desert, which is higher and cooler. Keys View looks out over the Coachella Valley. Hiking trails weave through the boulders of Hidden Valley. Number 12 is Bryce Canyon, in Utah. Bryce Canyon National Park, a sprawling reserve in southern Utah, is known for crimson-colored hoodoos, which are spire-shaped rock formations. The park's main road leads past the expansive Bryce Amphitheater, a hoodoo-filled depression lying below the Rim Trail hiking path. It has overlooks at Sunrise Point, Sunset Point, Inspiration Point and Bryce Point. Prime viewing times are around sunup and sundown. Number 13 is Cuyahoga Valley, in Ohio. Cuyahoga Valley National Park lies along the Cuyahoga River between the Ohio cities of Cleveland and Akron. The Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail is a restored section of the canal's original towpath. In the park's north, the Canal Exploration Center details the 19th-century waterway's history. Towering Brandywine Falls is one of several waterfalls. The Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad runs through the park. Number 14 is Indiana Dunes, in Indiana. Indiana Dunes National Park is a United States national park located in northwestern Indiana managed by the National Park Service. It was authorized by Congress in 1966 as the Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore and was redesignated as the nation's 61st national park on February 15, 2019. Number 15 is Gateway Arch, in Missouri. Gateway Arch National Park is located in St. Louis, Missouri, near the starting point of the Lewis and Clark expedition. It is the only park located in a major city. Number 16 is Death Valley, in California. Death Valley National Park straddles eastern California and Nevada. It's known for Titus Canyon, with a ghost town and colorful rocks, and Badwater Basin's Salt Flats, North America's lowest point. Above, Telescope Peak Trail weaves past pine trees. North of the spiky salt mounds known as the Devil's Golf Course, rattlesnakes live in mesquite flat sand dunes. Number 17 is Arches, in Utah. Arches National Park lies north of Moab in the state of Utah. Bordered by the Colorado River in the southeast, it's known as the site of more than 2,000 natural sandstone arches, such as the massive, red-hued Delicate Arch in the east. Long, thin landscape arch stands in Devil's Garden to the north. Other geological formations include balanced rock, towering over the desert landscape in the middle of the park. Number 18 is Mount Rainier, in Washington. Mount Rainier National Park is an American national park located in southeast Pierce County and northeast Lewis County in Washington state. The park was established on March 2, 1899 as the fifth national park in the United States, preserving 236,381 acres including all of Mount Rainier, a 14,411-foot stratovolcano. The mountain rises abruptly from the surrounding land with elevations in the park ranging from 1,600 feet to over 14,000 feet. It is the highest point in the Cascade Range. Number 19 is Hot Springs, in Arkansas. Springs National Park is an American national park in central Garland County, Arkansas, adjacent to the city of Hot Springs, the county seat. Hot Springs Reservation was initially created by an act of the United States Congress on April 20, 1832 to be preserved for future recreation. Number 20 is Shenandoah, in Virginia. Shenandoah National Park extends along the Blue Ridge Mountains in the U.S. state of Virginia. The Skyline Drive runs its length, and a vast network of trails includes a section of the long-distance Appalachian Trail. Mostly forested, the park features wetlands, waterfalls and rocky peaks like Hawksbill and Old Rag Mountains. Shenandoah is home to many bird species, plus deer, squirrels and the elusive black bear. Number 21 is Hawaii Volcanoes, in Hawaii. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park is on Hawaii Island, the Big Island. At its heart are the Kilauea and Mauna Loa active volcanoes. The Crater Rim Drive passes steam vents and the Jagger Museum, which features volcanology exhibits and a viewpoint overlooking Halemaumau crater. Thick ferns mark the entrance to the Thurston Lava Tube, Nahuku. The chain of craters road weaves over lava. Trails crisscross the park. Number 22 is Sequoia, in California. Sequoia National Park is an American national park in the southern Sierra Nevada east of Visalia, California. The park was established on September 25, 1890 to protect 404,064 acres, 631 square miles, 163,519 hectares, 1,635 square kilometers of forested mountainous terrain. Encompassing a vertical relief of nearly 13,000 feet 4,000 meters, the park contains the highest point in the contiguous United States, Mount Whitney, at 14,505 feet 4,421 meters above sea level. Number 23 is Capitol Reef, in Utah. National Park is in Utah's south-central desert. It surrounds a long wrinkle in the earth known as the Water Pocket Fold, with layers of golden sandstone, canyons and striking rock formations. Among the park's sites are the Chimney Rock Pillar, the Hickman Bridge Arch, and Capitol Reef, known for its white sandstone domes. In the north are the towering monoliths of Cathedral Valley. Number 24 is New River Gorge, in West Virginia. The New River Gorge National Park and Preserve is a unit of the United States National Park Service designed to protect and maintain the New River Gorge in southern West Virginia in the Appalachian Mountains. Number 25 is Everglades, in Florida. Everglades National Park is a 1.5 million-acre wetlands preserve on the southern tip of the U.S. state of Florida. Often compared to a grassy, slow-moving river, the Everglades is made up of coastal mangroves, sawgrass marshes and pine flatwoods that are home to hundreds of animal species. Among the Everglades' abundant wildlife are the endangered leatherback turtle, Florida panther and West Indian manatee. Number 26 is Saguaro, in Arizona. Saguaro National Park is in southern Arizona. Its two sections are on either side of the city of Tucson. The park is named for the large saguaro cactus, native to its desert environment. In the western Tucson Mountain District, Signal Hill Trail leads to petroglyphs of the ancient Hohokam people. In the eastern Rincon Mountain District, Cactus Forest Drive is a loop road with striking views of the desert landscape. Number 27 is Haleakala, in Hawaii. Haleakala National Park is an American national park located on the island of Maui in the state of Hawaii. Named after Haleakala, a dormant volcano within its boundaries, the park covers an area of 33,265 acres, of which 24,719 acres is a wilderness area. The land was designated a national park in 1976 and its boundaries expanded in 2005. Number 28 is Badlands, in South Dakota. Badlands National Park is in South Dakota. Its dramatic landscapes span layered rock formations, steep canyons and towering spires. Bison, bighorn sheep and prairie dogs inhabit its sprawling grasslands. The Badlands Loop Road, Highway 240, winds past scenic lookouts. Several trails begin near the Ben Rifle Visitor Center. The Fossil Exhibit Trail is a boardwalk with displays on fossils uncovered in the park. Number 29 is Canyonlands, in Utah. Canyonlands National Park in southeastern Utah is known for its dramatic desert landscape carved by the Colorado River. Island in the Sky is a huge, flat-topped mesa with panoramic overlooks. Other notable areas include the towering rock pinnacles known as the Needles, the remote canyons of the Maze and the Native American rock paintings in Horseshoe Canyon. Whitewater rapids flow through Cataract Canyon. Number 30 is Biscayne, in Florida. Biscayne National Park encompasses coral reefs, islands and shoreline mangrove forest in the northern Florida Keys. Its reefs and islands are accessible only by boat. Dolphins, turtles and pelicans live in Biscayne Bay Lagoon. The Underwater Maritime Heritage Trail links dive sites, most of them shipwrecks. On Boca Chica Key, Boca Chica Lighthouse has coastal views. A museum at Convoy Point explains local ecosystems. Number 31 is Crater Lake, in Oregon. Crater Lake National Park is in the Cascade Mountains of southern Oregon. It's known for its namesake Crater Lake, formed by the now-collapsed volcano, Mount Mazama. Wizard Island is a cinder cone near the western edge of the lake. The Rim Drive, a road surrounding the lake, offers views of the park's volcanic formations. The park's numerous trails include Sun Notch, with views of the Phantom Ship, a small island. Number 32 is Theodore Roosevelt, in North Dakota. Theodore Roosevelt National Park lies in western North Dakota, where the Great Plains meet the rugged Badlands. A habitat for bison, elk and prairie dogs, the sprawling park has three sections linked by the Little Missouri River. The park is known for the South Unit's colorful painted canyon and the Maltese Cross Cabin, where President Roosevelt once lived. The scenic Loop Drive winds past several overlooks and trails. Number 33 is Glacier Bay, in Alaska. Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve is an American national park located in southeast Alaska west of Juneau. President Calvin Coolidge proclaimed the area around Glacier Bay a national monument under the Antiquities Act on February 25, 1925. Subsequent to an expansion of the monument by President Jimmy Carter in 1978, the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act enlarged the national monument by 523,000 acres on December 2, 1980, and created Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve. Number 34 is Petrified Forest, in Arizona. Petrified Forest National Park is in northeastern Arizona. In its south, the Rainbow Forest is full of colorful petrified wood. It's home to the Rainbow Forest Museum, with its paleontology exhibits and many trail access points. In the park's center are the petroglyphs of Newspaper Rock and the ruined village of Puerco Pueblo. To the north, the Painted Desert Inn, a 1930s adobe building, is a museum with Hopi murals. Number 35 is Kings Canyon, in California. Kings Canyon National Park is adjacent to Sequoia National Park in California's Sierra Nevada mountains. It's known for its huge sequoia trees, notably the gigantic General Grant tree in Grant Grove. To the east, Cedar Grove is surrounded by towering granite canyon walls. From here, trails lead to Zumwalt Meadow along the Kings River, and to Roaring River Falls. The park is home to rattlesnakes, bears and cougars. Number 36 is Wind Cave, in South Dakota. Wind Cave National Park is in the southwestern corner of South Dakota. It's known for the vast, underground wind cave, with chambers like the post office and the Elks Room. Many of the cave's walls are rich in honeycomb-shaped calcite formations known as boxwork. The park's prairie and pine forests are home to bison, elk and pronghorn antelopes. Trails include Rankin Ridge, with views of the Black Hills. Number 37 is White Sands, in New Mexico. White Sands National Park is an American national park located in the state of New Mexico and completely surrounded by the White Sands Missile Range. The park covers 145,762 acres in the Tularosa Basin, including the southern 41% of a 275-square-mile field of white sand dunes composed of gypsum crystals. Number 38 is Denali, in Alaska. Denali National Park and Preserve encompasses 6 million acres of Alaska's interior wilderness. Its centerpiece is 20,310 ft high Denali, Mount McKinley, North America's tallest peak. With terrain of tundra, spruce forest and glaciers, the park is home to wildlife including grizzly bears, wolves, moose, caribou and Dall sheep. Popular activities in summer include biking, backpacking, hiking and mountaineering. Number 39 is Mesa Verde, in Colorado. Located in southwestern Colorado, Mesa Verde, Green Table in Spanish, National Park offers an unparalleled opportunity to see and experience a unique cultural and physical landscape. Including more than 4,000 known archaeological sites dating back to AD 550, this national treasure protects the cliff dwellings and mesa-top sites of pit houses, pueblos, masonry towers, and farming structures of the ancestral Pueblo peoples who lived here for more than 700 years. Number 40 is Mammoth Cave, in Kentucky. Mammoth Cave National Park is an American national park in west-central Kentucky, encompassing portions of Mammoth Cave, the longest cave system known in the world. Since the 1972 unification of Mammoth Cave with the even longer system under Flint Ridge to the north, the official name of the system has been the Mammoth Flint Ridge Cave System. The park was established as a national park on July 1, 1941, a World Heritage Site on October 27, 1981, and an International Biosphere Reserve on September 26, 1990. Number 41 is Great Sand Dunes, in Colorado. Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve is in southern Colorado. It's known for huge dunes like the Towering Star Dune, and for the seasonal Medano Creek and beach created at the base of the dunes. The backcountry Medano Pass Primitive Road winds through a canyon toward the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Trails lead to forests, wetlands and alpine lakes like Medano Lake, which is home to trout and tundra wildlife. Number 42 is Lassen, in California. Lassen Volcanic National Park is in Northern California. It's rich in hydrothermal sites like Bumpass Hell, with its acres of bubbling mud pots. The summit of Lassen Peak volcano offers views over the surrounding wilderness. Nearby, the devastated area is littered with lava rocks from its last eruption. A network of trails through forest and around several lakes connects with the Pacific Crest Trail in the north. Number 43 is Redwood, in California. Redwood National and State Parks are a string of protected forests, beaches and grasslands along northern California's coast. Jedediah Smith Redwood State Park has trails through dense old-growth woods. Prairie Creek Redwood State Park is home to Fern Canyon, with its high, plant-covered walls. Roosevelt elk frequent nearby Elk Prairie. Giant redwood clusters include Redwood National Park's Lady Bird Johnson Grove. Number 44 is Big Bend, in Texas. Big Bend National Park is in southwest Texas and includes the entire Chizos Mountain Range and a large swath of the Chihuahuan Desert. The Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive leads to the ruins of Sam Nail Ranch, now home to desert wildlife. The Santa Elena Canyon, carved by the Rio Grande, features steep limestone cliffs. Langford Hot Springs, near the Mexican border, has pictographs and the foundations of an old bathhouse. Number 45 is Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico. Carlsbad Caverns National Park is in the Chihuahuan Desert of southern New Mexico. It features more than 100 caves. The natural entrance is a path into the namesake Carlsbad Cavern. Stalactites cling to the roof of the Big Room, a huge underground chamber in the cavern. Walnut Canyon Desert Loop is a drive with desert views. Rattlesnake Springs, a desert wetland, attracts reptiles and hundreds of bird species. Number 46 is Black Canyon in Colorado. Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park is in western Colorado. It surrounds part of a deep, steep-walled gorge carved through Precambrian rock by the Gunnison River. Roads and trails along the north and south rims have views of the Black Canyon's dramatic drops and the striated painted wall cliff. The winding East Portal Road descends to the river. Wildlife includes mule deer, elk and golden eagles. Number 47 is Channel Islands in California. Channel Islands National Park consists of 5 of the 8 Channel Islands off the Pacific coast of the U.S. state of California. Although the islands are close to the shore of the densely populated state, they have been relatively undeveloped. The park covers 249,561 acres, of which 79,019 acres re federal land. The Nature Conservancy owns and manages 76% of Santa Cruz Island, the largest of the 8. Number 48 is Kenai Fjords in Alaska. Kenai Fjords National Park is an American national park that maintains the Harding Icefield, its outflowing glaciers, and coastal fjords and islands. The park covers an area of 669,984 acres on the Kenai Peninsula in south-central Alaska, west of the town of Seward. Number 49 is Voyageurs in Minnesota. Voyageur National Park is in northern Minnesota, near the Canadian border. It covers a vast area and is known for its forests, waterways and huge, island-dotted Rainy, Kabetogama and Namakan lakes. The Ellsworth Rock Gardens, created by artist Jack Ellsworth, are a series of abstract sculptures on a terraced outcrop. The remote Kettle Falls area has a dam and a red-roofed hotel, both from the early 20th century. Number 50 is Guadalupe Mountains in Texas. Guadalupe Mountains National Park is in the vast Chihuahuan Desert of western Texas. It's known for its bright white salt basin dunes, wildlife-rich grassland and fossilized reef mountains. The Guadalupe Peak Trail weaves up through a conifer forest to the state's highest summit, with views of the rocky El Capitan Peak to the south. In the north, the McKittrick Canyon Trail is known for its colorful fall foliage. Number 51 is Pinnacles, in California. Pinnacles National Park is an American national park protecting a mountainous area located east of the Salinas Valley in central California, about 5 miles east of Soledad and 80 miles southeast of San Jose. Number 52 is Congaree, in South Carolina. Congaree National Park is a 26,276-acre American national park in central South Carolina, 18 miles southeast of the state capital, Columbia. The park preserves the largest tract of old-growth bottomland hardwood forest left in the United States. Number 53 is Virgin Islands, in the Virgin Islands. Virgin Islands National Park occupies the majority of St. John, one of the U.S. Virgin Islands. Many of the beaches are fringed by coral reefs. They include Trunk Bay, backed by forests, and Francis Bay, whose calm waters are home to sea turtles. Annaberg Plantation has the ruins of an 18th-century sugar plantation. Trails through tropical forests lead to the ruins of Reef Bay Sugar Mill, in the south. Number 54 is Great Basin, in Nevada. Great Basin National Park is in eastern Nevada near the Utah border. It's in the Great Basin Desert and contains most of the South Snake Mountains. In the north, the mountain-hugging Wheeler Peak Scenic Drive leads to towering Wheeler Peak. Nearby is one of several ancient bristlecone pine groves. The marble Lehman Caves have distinctive stalactites and other formations. Park wildlife includes bighorn sheep. Number 55 is Katmai, in Alaska. Katmai National Park and Preserve is on a peninsula in southern Alaska. Its wild landscapes span tundra, forests, lakes and mountains. The park is known for the many brown bears that are drawn to the abundant salmon in Brooks Falls. Lookout platforms at adjacent Brooks Camp offer close-up views of the bears. The Valley of 10,000 Smokes is an area of lava flows and ash formed by a massive volcanic eruption. Number 56 is Dry Tortugas, in Florida. Dry Tortugas National Park is in the Gulf of Mexico, west of Key West, Florida. It comprises 7 islands, plus protected coral reefs. Garden Key is home to beaches and the 19th-century Fort Jefferson. Loggerhead Key has a lighthouse and sea turtles. On nearby Loggerhead Reef, the Windjammer Wreck, the remains of an 1875 ship, is a popular dive site. Bush Key is a nesting site for seabirds like sooty terns. Number 57 is Wrangell, St. Elias, in Alaska. The largest U.S. national park, it equals 6 Yellowstones, with peaks upon peaks and glaciers after glaciers. Follow any braided river or stream to its source and you will find either a receding, advancing, or tidewater glacier. The park lets you sample representative Alaska wildlife as well as historic mining sites. Number 58 is American Samoa, in Samoa. The National Park of American Samoa is a national park in the United States territory of American Samoa, distributed across 3 islands, Tutuila, Ofu, and Taru. The park preserves and protects coral reefs, tropical rainforests, fruit bats, and the Samoan culture. Popular activities include hiking and snorkeling. Number 59 is North Cascades, in Washington. North Cascades National Park is in northern Washington state. It's a vast wilderness of conifer-clad mountains, glaciers and lakes. The North Cascades Highway passes viewpoints and leads to trails such as the steep Thunder Creek Trail. Boats. Ross Lake, the remote community of Stehekin, lies at the northern tip of Deep Lake Chelan. The park shelters grizzly bears and gray wolves, plus more than 200 bird species. Number 60 is Isle Royale, in Michigan.
Isle Royale National Park is a remote island cluster in Lake Superior, near Michigan's border with Canada. It's a car-free wilderness of forests, lakes and waterways, where moose and wolves roam. The Greenstone Ridge Trail links the Wendigo Harbor in the west and Rock Harbor in the east. The 19th-century Rock Harbor Lighthouse has a small museum. Dive sites in the lake include several shipwrecks.
Number 61 is Lake Clark, in Alaska. Lake Clark National Park and Preserve is an American national park in southwest Alaska, about 100 miles southwest of Anchorage. The park was first proclaimed a national monument in 1978, then established as a national park and preserve in 1980 by the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act. Number 62 is Kobuk Valley, in Alaska. Kobuk Valley National Park is an American national park in the Arctic region of northwestern Alaska, located about 25 miles north of the Arctic Circle. The last national park on our list is Gates of the Arctic, in Alaska. Gates of the Arctic National Park and Preserve is a national park that protects portions of the Brooks Range in northern Alaska. The park is the northernmost national park in the United States, situated entirely north of the Arctic Circle. Adventurous Andy, thanks you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell.